I've always been the kind of person who finds comfort in routine. My night shifts as a 911 operator, though unpredictable, were structured in their chaos. The cadence of calls, domestic disputes, medical emergencies, car accidents, created a rhythm I'd grown accustomed to over the years. But there was one night, one call that shattered my sense of normalcy. It started like any other shift. I settled into my chair, adjusted my headset, and sipped on a lukewarm coffee as the soft hum of the dispatch room surrounded me. The first few hours passed without incident. Then, at 2:13 a.m., a call came through that I'll never forget. 911, what's your emergency? I said, my voice steady and professional. At first, there was silence. That wasn't uncommon. Sometimes people panicked and couldn't find their words right away. I was about to repeat myself when I heard a faint whisper. It was so soft that I had to strain to catch it. "Help me," a woman's voice said, trembling. "Mom, can you tell me your location?" I asked, my fingers poised over the keyboard to type in details. There was a pause, then the same whisper. "He's watching me." A chill ran down my spine. "Who's watching you? Are you in immediate danger?" The line crackled with static. "I can't talk louder, he'll hear me." "Stay on the line," I said, trying to keep my voice calm. "Do not hang up. I'm sending help. Can you tell me where you are?" More static, followed by labored breathing. Then, finally, I think I'm at 46 Pine Street. I typed the address into the system and sent the information to the nearest police unit. "Mom, stay with me. Can you describe the person watching you? Are they inside your home?" Her answer was a barely audible yes. The hair on the back of my neck stood up. I've handled plenty of distressing calls, but something about this one felt different. It wasn't just fear in her voice, it was pure terror, the kind that makes your instincts scream at you to run. "Officers are on their way," I assured her. "Can you get to a safe place? A locked room, maybe?" The line went dead. I stared at the phone for a moment, willing her to call back. Protocol dictated that I wait and monitor the situation, so I watched as the officers updated their progress en route to 46 Pine Street. I was glued to the screen, my pulse racing as the little dots representing the patrol cars moved closer to the location. Then, the strangest thing happened. The address disappeared from my screen. The system registered it as invalid. I blinked, confused, and tried to re-enter it manually. Error. Address not found. What? I double-checked the log. The address the woman had given me was clear. 46 Pine Street. But now it was as if it didn't exist. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, unsure of what to do next. I radioed the officers. "Unit 314, this is dispatch. Do you have eyes on the location?" There was a pause before one of the officers responded. "Negative, dispatch. We're at Pine Street, but there's no 46. The numbers skip from 44 to 48. My stomach dropped. "Are there any signs of activity? Any lights or disturbances?" "Nothing. Street's quiet. Over." I leaned back in my chair, unease settling over me like a heavy blanket. It wasn't uncommon for people in distress to give incorrect addresses, especially if they were panicked or unfamiliar with their surroundings. But this felt wrong. Before I could process it further, the phone rang again. The caller ID showed it was from the same number. 911, what's your emergency?" I said, my voice tighter now. This time the whisper was even fainter, barely audible over the static. "Why did you send them away?" My blood ran cold. "Mom, I didn't send anyone away. Officers are in the area trying to find you. Can you confirm your location?" "You sent them away," she repeated, her voice cracking. "He's still here. He's right behind me." The line went silent again. I felt a surge of panic. Grabbing the radio, I called the officers once more. "Unit 3-14, dispatch. Be advised, the caller has reconnected. Claims there's still an active threat. Can you do another sweep of the area?" "Copy that, dispatch. We're checking now." Minutes crawled by. I stared at the screen, willing some update to come through. Finally, the radio crackled to life. Dispatch, this is Unit 314. We've checked the entire block. Still no sign of 46 Pine Street or anything unusual. Are you sure this isn't a prank? I wanted to tell them I wasn't sure of anything anymore. But before I could respond, the phone rang again. The same number. I hesitated before answering. 911, what's your emergency? This time there was no whisper, no static, just a low, guttural breathing that sent a wave of nausea through me. I forced myself to speak. Mom, is someone there with you? Can you respond? The breathing stopped. And then a new voice came through. A man's voice, deep, distorted, and dripping with malice. You can't save her, it said. My heart felt like it had stopped entirely. Who is this? What have you done? The line disconnected. The rest of the night passed in a haze. The officers found nothing. The number that had called was untraceable, disappearing from our system like it had never existed. I filed my report, but it felt hollow, like documenting a bad dream. I still work as a 911 operator, but every time the phone rings in the dead of night, I brace myself. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm waiting to hear that voice again, waiting for the static, waiting for the whispers,